Some stories don't just entertain us, they bring us together. And no story does more than this. This is Chronicles. Hello everyone, I'm Will, the DM. To hit the episodes coming out more on a weekly basis, I'm going to shorten their duration to about 30 minutes to an hour, which will make editing quicker and more episodes be released. And the release date for those episodes is being pushed to every Tuesday. And I wanted to thank everybody who listens to the show. If you have a question or a comment about the show or anything in general, feel free to reach out on Twitter, which the handle is at GodTierGames, or at omeschronicles@gmail.com. All of the sort of links to those will be in the descriptions of whatever platform you use to listen on. And I just wanted to say thank you, and let's get on with the show. After a successful combat encounter that resulted in the Bloodbuyer being captured, the group has decided to involve the Templars into their investigation of these cultists who stole their maps. But meanwhile, Zudora, Vendetta, and Andrea are still delving into the sewers of harbourpool. For Vendetta and Zudora, when we last left off with you two, for Zudora, you had just met back up with Vendetta and Andrea Parker in the sewer, which they have been down here for at least 24 hours, to your knowledge. And you guys had sprinted into this, dining area and chopped the heads off of two cultists. And when I last described the room, there are these two cages, and I would like both of you to do a perception check for me. In the cage to your farthest away from you, so in towards the back right hand corner of this looks like a little dining area, you're gonna see there is 3 deflated corpses. They're their bodies have been blackened, like when you roast peppers. It's like that level of char. And they each have 3 wooden amulets of the sun around their neck. And in the cage to your closest, so your direct left, you are going to see that in this rusted iron cage, there looks to be some sort of famished man with intense wrinkles into his face and hands. And he clinging on to life. He looks even emotionless as you came through and cut these 2 dudes' heads off.
Like stabbing the body. You want in on this?
Yeah.
Can I try to break the lock on the malnourished guy's cell door? Cage door?
Yeah. Give me a strength check. Yeah, so this is a pretty rusted lock that is connected to this little cage. And you grab this rusted lock and just sort of yank it off the bar. And the door just sort of flaps open. And this old man is just sort of sitting there, disheveled and just sort of staring at you.
Put away my mace. I'm like, well, that was easy. Didn't even need to use this. Hey, what are you doing in here? Do you want to get out?
When he goes to speak, you see that he has no tongue in his mouth.
Ah, I've seen this before. Well, I look over at Zudora, and I'm like, well, I can't carry him.
I give him a little snack.
A little snack? You think a snack's going to fix his tongue?
You're right. He doesn't need a tongue to chew.
You're right. Get him some soup.
He will try to muster the energy to make sort of a scribbling motion with his hand.
Oh, I don't have any paper or a pen.
And I can't read. I'm just kidding. Let's see.
One of you must have... Well, actually, Andrea's there with you, and she's a journalist. She has paper.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Get going. Get on
it. Yeah, I blanked out for a second. Yeah, so she will sort of halfway get into the cage, place her quill and the little vial of ink near the old man, and she'll sort of use her hand and place it over so that she can help with the actual force of pressing the pin down. Andrea will look back at Vendetta, be like, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Why is he here? And what was the punishment for getting his tongue cut out? Because the only one I know of is sleeping with the queen. So if you did that, props, dude.
The old man will start to like etch down the paperweight. It's very like he starts to draw like a coherent line for half a second, and it kind of like juts out really quickly. He will write the words Gower's gardener, and he will write they took the maps.
Took the maps, huh? Obviously the maps to what?
He will, with Andrea's help, sort of etch out a couple more words to the Ellendor phylactery.
Do you think you can get out of here? Do you want help escaping, or is it too late for you? You got the will to live, man. You got a fire burning in your soul, or should we just leave here?
Wow, this is
I go to Zudora. I go to Zudora. I'm like, kill him, smash his brains and get him out of here. There's no way this man's living. Let's kill him. Let's get out of here.
Say, this is getting a lot darker than I thought this was going to get immediately.
We took 2 steps in this room.
All right,
fine.
Take his brains out.
All right. Well, if that's what he thinks best for him, I'll start grabbing my axe.
And I go, no. I put his axe down, and I and I hand him my mace.
Oh,
yeah,
much better.
Yeah, you want a clean kill. You want to like bludgeon this brain in. You don't want to like fuck up.
A lot of blood with a slice. Just crush the brains and get it out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, he'll if he sees you guys actually doing this, he'll close his eyes, and Andrea will leave the cage.
Oh, that's sad. He doesn't struggle a little bit. He doesn't have any fire in him. Oh crap! All right, stomp out his flame. Get it done. You know what? I'll shoot an arrow to his head. I'll just turn and just gun one at his forehead.
I've got this. This is my duty.
Okay, how are you killing this defenseless old man?
Very
first,
slowly. I'm starting from his feet, slowly working my way up.
We can't torture him. He's already been tortured. His tongue's gone. What fun do we have left? He's at the end of his rope here. He's already been tortured. All the good stuff's already been done.
You're talking about eating him, like from the ground up?
Oh no, with the mace.
The mace.
Oh god! Break his toes, then his feet, then his legs.
I'll hold him.
Yeah, like he needs to be held.
He's going crazy.
Watch out! He's fighting back. He's a dying. All right. Yeah, but I just shoot an arrow at him. Let's just be done with it.
All right, so you're just gonna pull an arrow back, and
right in the dome.
I won't make you roll.
Give him a third eye. Give me a
man.
No, roll in case I miss. I can crit. Let's see.
No,
let's see if I crit on him.
Not.
Let's see if I crit on him.
You don't want the like accidental like gunshot where it doesn't go off.
I don't even crit.
You crit anyways. He's defenseless.
Oh, awesome.
That's how crit works.
All right, then I want the arrow to pierce directly into his skull and then slowly exit through the back of his. How you describe how he dies, right? If I crit on it.
I mean, you can, but he's leaning up against a stone wall. So,
well,
like he's in a cage, and behind the cage is okay. Yeah, you can go into the cage and then grab the arrow.
How many yanks does it take
this
to get
guy's
out?
not worth losing an arrow. Come on.
Do I have to like put my foot on his chest to yank it out, or like how much give is there?
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, his body's pretty deflated, so it's pretty much all skin at this point. So it's pretty easy. But anyways, we'll move on. Because fuck me.
This is what you wanted.
This is what I wanted, yeah. So there's the other cage, the 2 cultist bodies, and this man's body, and the door.
Should we grab a necklace while we're here?
Yeah, didn't you say they have little sun amulets?
Yeah, each of them has a collection of these wooden emblems of the sun.
Ooh.
Maybe don't put them on because we see what happens to people who do put them on. But I do take one. We searched the guards that we killed, right?
You have not.
All right, let's go search them quickly.
Yeah.
You find 2 dark green robes and 2 like iron peasant swords.
I don't need those.
Yeah, we leave them. Yeah, I can't. I'm probably leaving.
Okay.
Get out the door. Let me in. Let me in.
So yeah, you guys are going to leave this door and you are going to come actually back into the main sewer system. And you're going to see this like flowing gush of water and waste moving below your feet. And there's this little rickety wooden planked bridge that on the other side of the bridge you can see a set of doors, and then up to your right, like heading straight along, there's a path that curves into an L shape. And so do you want to go up to a path, or you want to cross the bridge and go to the door?
How tall are you, Zudora? How big are you?
I'm pretty big, 6'9".
I think you can make it across the bridge.
You think it's gonna break?
It might. So maybe I should go first.
Could I jump the gap? How big's the gap?
That it's 10 feet.
Oh, that's easy. That's like one step.
You're not that
That's like
tall.
one step.
If you guys would like, you can either cross the bridge or you can do a acrobatics check to make the jump.
Do a flip. I'm doing a flip.
Yeah, you guys easily clear this gap, like 100%.
Kind of crazy.
There is a set of double doors in front of you, or there is the path again straight to your right. You guys gonna head through the doors, or?
Yeah. Can I peek in?
Yeah, you take a look into this plain stone room, and it is bare as bones, just nothing. But you peeking around this corner, you're taking a look around at just the walls and the ceiling, and you look against the back wall. There looks to be some sort of like stone that looks unnatural.
Like how unnatural?
Like it's like something that you can either pull out or push.
A secret passage?
Go touch it.
I'll go push it.
So you guys will go up to this stone wall, and then you will push it in, and you'll hear like a click. And after you push it enough, it sort of slides out in like the inside of one of the walls is hollow, and it'll slide into that wall. And you step through, and you see a room with like this nice bed with red and golden embroidered sheets. You see a desk that has several drawers connected onto its lower right side. And then on top of the desk is quill, ink, and several loose leaves of parchment. And immediately Andrea is going to these pieces of parchment and just like picking them up with her hands and going through them.
I want to loot.
And I guess I'll do a perception check too to see if I can see anything valuable, anything worth.
Zudora, you look around the room and you're besides the desk and just the sheets on the bed, you're not like if you're just doing a general scan of the room, you're not really seeing much.
Well, I'm not taking a man's sheets, so
that's
I guess I'll
fair.
More for me.
Yes.
I rip them.
For Vendetta, you sort of take a look around and you see you're kind of in the same situation as Zudora, where you're like, there's a desk and this bed, and just by taking a momentary glance at all of it, there's not much besides this desk. And Andrea you could sort of see over her shoulder because I think you're like a foot taller than her, like roughly. You will see that she has found a piece of paper that has a list of money exchanges with civilians. And on that piece of paper, it has like where they live, where their families live.
Awesome. Anybody that I recognize?
You would recognize Arnold on that list. If you would like, you can do a investigation check on this sheet in particular.
Alrighty, let's see.
Yeah, you're looking, and you like taking a deeper look into this paper. You see names, and then you see like some business names, and then you see some like upcoming dates. And the paper is signed C. Walden.
So this is Walden's place, huh? Potentially.
I like how a druid of a fucking detective you become.
I know, I'm incredible.
There are still desk drawers, and there's the bed, and besides that, you don't see anything else.
Yeah, I'll check out the desk.
When you go to open the big main drawer in this desk, there is a stack of parchment and there's like a stack of layers of like bags for like money transactions. And then you find a list of targets and a list of local graveyards of like people who
Oh.
are recently buried and stuff like that.
This guy a grave rock? I'm gonna take him. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I just look at him and I'll remember.
Would Zudora look at a list of random targets and graveyards and names and be able to remember it?
Yes.
Andrea is going to take a look around the room and she's going to look underneath the bed.
Oh, smart.
She's going to reach underneath the bed and you're going to hear something scrape across the floor. And she's going to pull out a small metal chest with a tumbler lock.
Do we have any tools to break that open?
And do either of you have thieves' tools?
I got this mace. I got a crowbar.
I got Smith's tools.
If you would like to attempt either one of those, I would let you. But you'd have to tell me what you're doing with the crowbar or with the smith's tools.
You can use the smith's tools.
We'd also just use a hammer with the crowbar, wedge it on the lock, or maybe try to get leverage and...
Okay, you can attempt that. You put the crowbar, the hammer, try to get some leverage, like hit on it really hard, or then you like stop using the hammer and like try to pull, and this lock is just not budging. This metal box with this metal lock, you might need to go find a thief of some sort.
How heavy is this box?
It's not that heavy. It's
Oh.
maybe 3.5, 4 pounds. It's a small box.
Alright, I'll just take it then. I think we know a thief. We can probably get to bust this open. And since we're taking stuff, I might as well just take the papers with all the info on them.
Okay. And then Andrea will take the money exchanges. Anything else anybody wants to do in this room?
I'm jumping on his bed.
You're just
Are you
jumping
leaving
on
your
it?
shoes on?
Shoes on, everything, jumping on it.
Savage.
You're not going to... Are you leaving his sheets?
Sheets on. Sheets on, jumping on his bed.
I didn't know if you were taking the sheets. Because they're nice sheets.
No, I'm jumping on the nice sheets. And then I'll rip them
Okay.
off and then jump on the bed, the nice bed. Get them all dirty. My sewer shoes.
You three are going to leave this room, head back out to the main sewer line where there's the rickety bridge. When you look left, there's that long straightaway that goes into an L shape. And as you make your way up this straightaway, you see that you come upon a door on your left, and then on your right, there is this little basin that has a fire going in it, and 2 cultists are standing near the fire. You guys will approach this sort of door guard intersection, and while that's happening, we're going to jump over to the other party who's above ground. Kat, Tobias, Jack, and Falco. And I believe the group is going to get the Templars. That's what they're doing now.
That was the last thing we said we were going to do.
Specifically on the point where we were talking about something, and then I was like, "All right, Zudora, go do this," and then we all looked around, and Zudora was gone.
Yeah.
Yep. And it has been concluded that he's probably got sucked into the sewer. I think I know where we could go down and enter the sewer through the docks, but we did promise Jack that we would get the Templars involved, so...
The group is heading to the Templar stronghold. I don't know, I assume that's where Jack would want to go.
Yeah. Yes, I would. I mean, if we run into a Templar patrol in the street first, that'd be perfect.
I would say in the local area, after maybe 3 minutes of searching, you would be able to find some sort of companion sergeant that has a like darker brown skin tone, and he is leading a squad of newly minted companions patrolling through the night city streets.
Well, in that case, yeah, I'll approach him and give him the lowdown.
He would salute.
Return a quick salute and, yeah, give him the lowdown on what just happened.
Yeah, so you're not leaving anything out. You're like,
Yeah, no, it's just very generic, like, hey, there's a bunch of cultists doing shit, and we need people.
I think you should report this directly to Knight Captain Dover. I will go, and you guys, I'm assuming you guys also have the blood buyer on you still, the unconscious, because you guys didn't kill him last time.
Leader guy,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. This sergeant would take him off your hands if you want him to.
I'll drag this guy straight to Dover.
It's also like 11 p.m. at night on the 8th, and so you guys will march through the merchant district, and then you'll get to the beautiful stone city streets of one of the noble districts. And walking through the streets, you see these massive gates surrounded by this stone walled district that overlooks many of the noble houses, which the street itself looks beautiful and the areas around it does, except the houses themselves, which look very run down and like broken into. And this Templar stronghold kind of resides near the northern center of the city. And you can clearly see to its east the large clock tower of the university, and to the west the glowing lighthouse atop the church. And when you all approach this main gate, Jack, when you stood up last time, there were 2 guards. Now there are like 15 at this main gate. 1 or 2 of them are knights like you, and they are all wearing their armor, and underneath it they have these very clean white and blue tabards, and they will salute you as you approach. And because Jack is with you all, a part of this gate, there's a small human-sized door. They will not ask any questions and allow the group to enter the courtyard. Does everybody enter into the courtyard?
Yeah, reluctantly. I'm kind of like slinking to the back of the group.
Yeah, I'm following Jack's lead.
So when you step into this courtyard, the door, specifically behind you, Kat, you're going to feel it. It slams aggressively, and you hear like 4 or 5 locks go into it. And in this courtyard is roughly around 300 Templars in formation. And with some further investigation, primarily from Jack, you would notice that these companions do not have a single speck of dirt on them. And they all look to be between the age of 15 to 20 years old.
The freshies.
Yeah. And beyond that massive group is a 2-story building that has, along its front face, has a set of wooden stairs that lead to Knight Captain Dover's office.
We're just gonna kind of get past everybody in formation and go up to Dover's office.
As you walk up these freshly constructed wooden stairs, you will see a companion sergeant sort of standing guard in front of the Knight Captain's office, and he will put his hand out, not in an aggressive manner, but be like, "Halt, Knight. Captain Roland is finishing up an interview. Do you have any immediate business that needs to be told to him?"
I'm gonna grab the cultist and just not say a word. I'm just gonna shove the cultist down in front of the sergeant.
He will like take a second, being like he should grab the cultist, but then like, you know what? I'ma just peek inside real quick. And he goes to open the door, and I need everybody in the party to do a perception check. So everybody is going to hear the sound of like muffled screaming, almost like someone who has something stuffed in their mouth and is trying to yell, or like has their face in a pillow. And for Tobias and Kat, you two are going to specifically hear the sound of like a steak searing. After a few seconds of the sergeant looking in, he's going to immediately close the door and then take a real quick step back out of the way. This iron door is just going to aggressively swing open, and you're going to see 2 Templar knights dragging a woman with long red hair out of this room, and her face looks beaten and bruised to the point where it's like puffing up and swollen. And when she flicks her head up to look at the group, Kat and Tobias will see the symbol of a jagged sun like seared into her forehead.
Like, it's obviously a scarlet letter, but would I know what the scarlet letter is for?
Tobias, being in the city, you might guess, it has something to do with the mage conflict. Could either be being a mage or harboring mages, something of that. Or like withholding information about them.
Okay, so just basic treason.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna enter, dragging that cultist.
You will enter into this large office, and immediately in the center of the room, you'll see a swirl of blood and wine in a giant pool. And then standing past that is a man in his early 20s with short, wavy, dirty blonde hair. And he is wearing a dark blue tunic with black leggings. when he notices you enter, takes his silver ring and then twists it so that the head of the ring faces in toward his palm. And then to the left wall, you'll see a door, and to the right wall, you'll see like a shelf with a bunch of cubbies in it, and there's like parchment filling different cubbies. And as the group enters, the captain will look sort of perplexed at the group. I thought Kane's group would have been leaving on their mission by now.
Our guide is dead, and we've uncovered a plot within the city with these cultists, and I'll throw the cultists on the ground in front of him.
Do you know what the cultists want?
They're harvesting blood. We don't know where they are, that's why this one's alive.
He'll take a step around, like several steps around the pool of blood, and sort of get close to the unconscious cultist, and he'll pop his eyes up. He'll just flick his eyes across the group, looking at each of you. You're sort of assessing, and he will yell outside for the sergeant to come in and then bring this body to the jail. Well, it seems I have a mission for you then.
Yes, sir.
Gower's death recently. One of my Templars had discovered his house had been broken into, and it seems all of his important maps were stolen. And if you wish to continue on your quest, I would suggest you find out where this cult is. They are probably the ones that have your maps. I need Cat to do a perception check. You notice when he looks across the group, he sort of just looks generally, but when he looks at you, he's not really scanning you up and down for body language. He's looking to see if you make eye contact.
If he wants it, I don't know if I want to give it to him, but I feel like the type of person who would kind of glare, not just like a slight glare, and then, yeah, I'd meet his eyes.
He'll take a step back to the right side of the blood near the cubbies. I also have this, and he's going to pull out a paper, like a little letter, and he's going to approach Tobias with it. It has Brandon Kane's signature on the front.
Okay, hello, what is this?
It seems he ran into a few issues from what my men were telling me in Everfell. He sent a letter with presumably some of his men. I don't know. He told me that they left some notes for you.
Is it like a wax-sealed letter?
Yes.
Okay. And it has his signature on it.
Yeah.
Does it have anything like a who it's going to written on it?
It does not have like a to. It's just Brandon Kane written on the front of it.
There's a part of me that just totally looks at this and thinks, man, this is written to him because it has his name on it, right?
The only name that's written on it is Brandon Kane.
Right. And if I were to want some to send something to somebody, I would write their name on it, correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll put it away.
If I were your party, and he'll sort of crack his neck, I would find out where these cults reside and deal with them, not only for the city, but to get your maps. And Knights Uther, when you were done with finding these cultists and dealing with them, I would like you on your way to complete your quest to go and meet with Knight Captain Roland. I would like you to bring him in for his trial.
It will be done.
And he'll sort of like wave his hand to dismiss the group.
I will turn around and promptly exit.
Yeah. Yep.
I linger for a second, and I'll be the last to exit. Again, I was last to come in, and I'll look at him.
When you look at him, he points his finger for a second and opens his mouth like he's going to say something, and then does like the never mind, like closes his fist, like I'll save that for later.
Yep. I'm like, lock eyes. And then I'll walk. I'll follow my party. I'm like, noted. He knows something. Something's up.
So the four of you leave, and you are in the Templar Stronghold's courtyard. Something like 330 Templars. So if you guys want to leave the Stronghold, decide on where you want to go.
Do we know where the girl went?
You know from when the start of this war happen, that this person is heading to, this girl is headed to the market district, and she is about to be executed by fire.
Executed by fire is.
That's not an execution.
I've
I mean,
never. Well, it is an
it kinda
execution, but I have never heard it described that way.
So, if you guys want to go watch, you can. If not, if you want to go find your friends, that's also a possibility.
No, yeah,
Yeah, so...
What do you
It's
guys
up to
want to
you.
do? Do you want to save a woman from being brutally executed? Or do you want to
Well,
continue?
while my urge is to definitely do something on that, I don't think I'm really in the position at the moment to kick a hornet's nest on one hand, and on the other hand, whatever she was doing, she got caught, and so
Very well, we ride north.
wait a minute.
Listen,
Wait.
What do you say?
All right, we put that aside for one moment. We still have a large blue man and a masked maniac somewhere that we need to collect.
That's fine. They'll find us eventually. They have plot armor.
well, I mean, they don't. But also,
No. Let's take care of the cultists. So first of all, we have to find the blue man and the masked man. My masked brother.
who would know where they would be?
You know, it's almost like Kat said something earlier.
I think we have to start from scratch.
Recreate the wheel here.
Yeah. All right, let's all go and start asking questions at local bars.
Okay, big blue guy, not hard to lose
No,
sight
I think-
of. Well, we would
no, yeah.
think until we
We
lost
lost
sight
sight
of.
of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we pushed him into a sewer, so
We
Okay.
didn't push him into a sewer. The river pushed him into a sewer.
I was just gonna say, Cat just starts walking towards the docks. The docks. We're going to the sewer. Bye. Like,
I'll just
Not
point out
waiting
that
to see
she
if
looks like
they-
she knows where she's going.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough.